And so from human resource management, we move on to human expressions management. We're talking art on this particular segment. And we have joining us on the program, Mary Ekene. She's a multidisciplinary artist who joins us from our Abuja studio. Mary, thank you so much for joining us on the program. Hello, Mary.
Thank you for having me. It's actually May Ekene, M-E-Y.
Oh, May Ekene. Thank you for the correction. So, May, it's good to have you. I have so much respect for you, May, because you're a multidisciplinary artist. And if we know what that means, it means you work across different art forms of expression. So, are you a genius, May? Did you grow up as a genius?
Yes.
And just talk to us about your work, how many media you work with.
Okay, so I wouldn't consider myself a genius, but I know that when it comes to exploring different media, when it comes to finding channels of expression, I try my best to delve into different ones. So I'm talking documentary photography. I'm interested in that. I like to take pictures, well, for documentary. I'm also a poet. I get to write as well. I'm also a visual artist. So basically, when it comes to the stories I need to tell, my stories, I try as much as possible, I try as much as I can to use any media that comes to me, any medium that comes to me, rather.
So talk to us about your artwork, which navigates identity and human emotion. What is it, from within resonates with your artworks that makes you want to express in emotion? And what are the identities also, that have an impact on you, that inspire your work?
So my works are largely inspired by our Africanness as Nigerians. If you take a look at the kind of colors I use, they're vibrant and they're loud, just the way that we are, even as a people. Not loud in the way that makes us bad, but loud in the way that makes us very happy people. My colors are vibrant, our food is colorful, our celebration is colorful, we go the extra mile. All of that's inspired the kind of work that I do. And I like to think of my use of oversized glasses as some sort of satire, but then not in the way that satire is explained, but more like an exaggeration of some sorts. So that for me is how I find myself and how I tell the kind of stories that I want to tell. Again, my stories are also inspired by my environment. They're inspired by those around me. They're inspired by human experiences. I like to observe people. I like to observe what they wear, why they wear what they wear, how they wear what they wear. I like to observe people in their restful states, to have a better understanding and to tell my story better as well.
So I see that you play with a lot of bright colors. Maybe you speak to us about why the choice of bright colors. Is it your optimism to life, or just a reflection of what you see, or you choose not to see the dark spaces? Because artists, there's a way the mind works. So help us get into your mind space.
Absolutely. My love for bright colors is a deliberate attempt to lean into the light, because I think it's very easy for artists, especially artists, to, should I say, I don't want to use the word get depressed, but then because there's a lot of thinking, there's a lot of deep thinking that happens. We're trying to figure out what to do next, what painting to create, why is the world the way it is. That alone can push us to the edge. And my use of bright colors is my way of holding down happiness and saying, I am going to be deliberate about this. I'm going to find joy in the tiniest places, in places where they do not probably exist. I'm going to try as much as possible to be joyful and to be happy. And like I also mentioned earlier, because I'm African, because I'm Nigerian, there's nothing less colorful about us in basically everything, from our weddings, from our events, from our meals, from our spices. There's a pop of yellow somewhere, there's red busting out, there's orange doing its thing. So all of that inspires me to stay happy.
I'm looking at your work. You're going to speak to them individually if you can catch it where you are seated. But I noticed as well, use of female imagery and glasses as well. Maybe you help us understand that. I'm just digging deep into your creative process. So when we get to that point, but talk about the glasses, talk about the women that use a lot in all of this.
Okay. Okay, so I'll start with the glasses. I'm intrigued by sights. I'm inspired by sights. I love the idea of sights. I love the idea of what we see and how that influences how we behave. From what we've seen in our past, what we see right now, what we're going to see tomorrow. It inspires me to want to create a picture where people can also pull into that to, you know, hold on to what vision can do for them. I love painting female figures. So besides the fact that they come easily to me, I like to think that I want to create a narrative where female figures or even women are not necessarily selling something or selling fish by the roadside. I think that is a narrative and it's a single story. But then again, I think there are also women who live in luxury, women who take the time to rest, sip a glass of wine, read a book, and do absolutely nothing. And even that is a narrative on its own, and it can all exist on both sides.
So there's also an outlandish element to your expression of these images as well. And I wonder what is responsible for that. I hope you catch my meaning.
Oh, no, say that again.
There seems to be a larger than life form of expression to these images as well. And I'm wondering, okay, what are you trying to say, you know, with this extraordinary element in these images, the big, you know, eyeglasses, the long necks and all that. There's that outlandish element to your creative forms of expression.
Yeah. Okay, so at first my use of oversized glasses was basically built on audacity. I wanted to express audacity in a way that I'd never seen it before. I wanted to create what I'd never seen, and I wanted to go, say, 200%, not do 100%. I didn't want to do what was expected. I wanted to be bold and audacious. And my own way, I also wanted to inspire my collectors or those who see my art, those who see my work, to know that they can do what they want to do, the way they want to do it, and be audacious and bold about it. Because I think that the truth is, if we decide to play small, I did not want to play small. So if we decide to play small, there's someone who's going to come in 1 year and is going to take it off the hook. Like, the person is going to go the extra mile and do way more than we even imagined. So it's my way of saying, if I can do 50%, I would like to do 150. If I can do 150, I would like to do 200. So audacity for me, and being bold and even courageous is what inspired, or is what inspires my use of oversized glasses.
You sound to me, and your art comes to me like a creative activist. What's the activism really all about? Is it space for women, or what exactly is the bigger picture that you're trying to paint here?
Okay, so I don't know that I'll call it activism.
It is.
Okay, maybe it is, but I do know that I'd like to inspire more people. I'd like to inspire younger people, and it's why I do the work that I do with the Ekene Arts Foundation, where I teach young people to paint. And that for me is my way of saying you can also be economically empowered. You can make money from the arts. You can paint and make money from it. So I think if that's what activism is, then definitely that's what I do. It's my way of saying I want to inspire people. I want them to see the world differently. I want them to think about the world in a different way. And the art doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be sad. It doesn't have to be dark. It can be happy. The colors can be happy. It can be simple and interesting at the same time. It can be clean as well. I can use colors and they're very clean. I can paint women who are really not doing anything at the moment and sitting still and just in their own spaces, and even that is okay.
So is your strategy to tell all sides to the story, projecting luxury women as well? Is it, you know, an approach to getting that target audience as your patrons, which brings me to my next question. Talk to us about the market. How lucrative is it?
Okay, so my strategy is not to tell every side of the story, because I don't think that I can. I know that I can choose one and harness it and enjoy it while I'm at it. When it comes to the market, so I think gone are the days when being an artist was sort of a death sentence. You know, when you say you're an artist, people start to sort of pity you, you know, and wonder how you're going to make a living out of it. But I think it's changed. Technology has helped a lot, you know. So from the comfort of my home, I can sell my paintings. I sell my paintings from the comfort of my home. I paint, put it up online. I have people who reach out to me to say, oh, I want this painting, and I get to sell. So yeah, it's without sounding too cliche, but I think it's very lucrative. I think it's very lucrative, but I think it's also changing. You know, the value that's been placed on artworks is actually getting better as it is. I think more Nigerians are beginning to understand the art and love it as well. So it's no longer a case of, oh, Nigerians don't love the art, or it's only white people that like the art. No, Nigerians love the art. Nigerians love my paintings.
Okay, I want to run. Yes, I want us to run through.
Some for it.
Yeah, I want us to run through. I know you have your personal project, more like your foundation. You're going to speak to us in just a moment about that. But if my producer can put up those pictures, you could help us, give us a clear interpretation of one or two of what was on your mind, if you can come up. But if that is not okay, this one, for instance, what is this? What are you saying here?
So the title of this particular work is "Give Me a Cool Drink Before I Die."
All right.
And what I was saying, or what I'm saying, what I said with this particular painting.
Okay, maybe we'll get to look at the next
one.
What
I said with this particular painting was appreciate. Okay. Okay, so I was working on that, and that was titled Majestic.
And what is this? What are you saying here?
This is titled Self-Aware.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let's talk about that.
Okay. I wanted to create a consciousness.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
On which one?
On the one you're seeing on your screen right now.
Okay, so like I said, I titled it "Give Me a Cool Drink Before I Die," and what I said without painting was, I need more women to be appreciated while they're alive. So men and women, not women necessarily, or not women totally. I'm saying give people their flowers while they can still smell them. Let's appreciate women. Let's appreciate people while we can still do it. And I drew inspiration from the story of some gospel singer who didn't get her accolade when she was alive. And I think it fits in a tree. I'm not really sure about the name right now. But it came after she passed. You know, a lot of people saying how her song blessed them. But I don't think she got all of that while she was alive. So that inspired that particular painting.
Well, that's bittersweet. But just before we let you go, talk to us very quickly about your foundation. You spoke to it earlier on, but perhaps you could just elaborate on it, where you teach children to learn art.
Yeah, so the Ekene Arts Foundation, basically what I do is reach out to young people in secondary school mostly, and teach them how to paint. And the idea behind it is to open up their hearts and their minds to economic empowerment and what they can do with the arts. and how they can earn from it, and how they can change their lives and change their stories. That's mostly what I do. Give support, mentorship, funding to younger people who are interested in the arts, and teach them how to paint as well.
And it's interesting that you're giving back, while also making an impact in your career. And that's why we are happy to have you, and we're proud of what you're doing. Thank you so much, May Elia, multidisciplinary artist who has joined us on this particular segment.
All right.
Thank you so much for having me.